even if he himself is doing the job, he might not be so good as someone that has taken time to know the job. So I would say, to get the profit done, you have to first of all know your job. That's the reason most people say that tailors can disappoint and all of that, because many people have not sat down to know the job, to know what it takes to give someone a perfect fitting outfit. And then number two, the person also needs to know the kinds of fabric to use in making the clothes, because there are a whole lot of fabrics in the market, and it can kill the quality of the job when you're using a bad fabric. Then number three, the kind of tools. And most people say use what you have, but while people are using what they have, I believe that they should not stay long using what they have, especially if it is crude. They should seek for better equipment, better tools, better machines to get their jobs done. And then branding. This helps a whole lot. And then we are now in the world of social media age. We are in the 21st century, where if your business is not online, it will soon be out of place, or you soon be out of business. So you always have to show, because you are assumed not to just have circling around your neighborhood or circling around your friends and all of that. You should travel to other states, you should travel to other countries, and that's actually how I've built my brand over the years. So right now, we can send out of Nigeria, we can send clothes out of Nigeria, send to different states, not just within Lagos where we are.
Okay.
So that is what I have to do.
Okay, let's come to the fashion entrepreneur themselves. How can they make their trade sustainable? Sustainability is one thing that is very crucial when you are setting up a business. And if you can't sustain your business, that means that thing that you have created, the solution you have created for the society, is dying before your very own eyes. So how do you sustain your business, your trade, especially as a fashion designer?
Okay, I've already given one answer to that, which is knowing your job, knowing the work, know it very well, keep learning, keep practicing. That's what exactly the person needs to know to sustain the business. Number two, knowing how to handle customers, knowing how to close deals, knowing how to source fabrics, knowing how to sew with precision without errors. Because it's more or less like when someone gives someone an expired product and then gives the person another good product that was just manufactured today with great quality. When the person tastes an expired product or a not so good product and tastes an improved version of it or a very good version of it, the person will definitely leave that bad one to run to the good one. So most times, what people don't focus on is how to grow the business. Your business money is not your money. So most people just want to get the money, eat the money, get the business going, but the business is not growing. So the person must think of sustainability. And then branding. I've talked about branding before. Branding is very, very important for someone that wants to sustain his business, because a whole lot of people are going to be copying your works, especially when you're putting it up on social media. Get ready to be copied, but that should not get the person discouraged. Then the next one, creativity. Yeah, creativity. I'm always thinking, what can I make out of a black fabric that another tailor or another fashion designer has not done? So that is one way to sustain the business. And having good characters is very, very, very important. The ability to understand your clients, understand what they want. I was on a radio interview 2 weeks ago, and I was saying that I was talking to tailors, and I said, you don't give the client what you have on mind as a fashion designer or as a tailor. You give the person what he or she has in mind. So you focus on delivering well and giving what is being ordered, and not giving what people now say, what I had ordered versus what I thought. Yeah. So,
all right, talking about education and abreasting yourself with the trend, must you have a formal education if you want to come into fashion designing? Must you go to school for it? Must you have these books, notebooks, and all that before you can become a professional fashion designer?
I would want to bring in my story at this point. So I had a challenge getting into the higher institution for 5 years. I was out of school after my SS3. So the issue of writing jam, repeating jam, and all of that. But then after about 4 years or close to 5 years, I decided to learn the skill of fashion and design, and that was just because I wanted to pass time. I didn't want to just keep staying idle. And while learning that, I now got the admission into the university. Now, why I'm saying that is because of the question you asked. Formal education is very, very important. Yeah, it's very, very important. But if as a fashion designer you are not privileged to go to school, or you're having this issue of getting admission into the university, then the person should go close to someone that is educated. I have people that work with me, and I tell them, even if you're not very educated, if you don't have that possibility, that chance to go to a higher institution, now learn from me. Learn how to communicate better, learn how to package, learn how to do your jobs with precision, learn how to do one work in 10 places, and it is the same measurement. Because that's why you can have someone say, I want 5 outfits, and instead in a fashion design, I want 5 outfits, and you see different sizes, and all the clothes are for you. So it is very, very tragic. Now, education is very, very important because it builds the initiative of the person, it improves the creativity. But whereby the person is not able to go to school, he should learn from those that are in school or source for materials online. Yes, you can train yourself online. You can apply for online courses. You can go to school online. You can even go for, the person can even go to open universities. Yeah. And then he's just going to school on weekdays. But let that education aspect just be there. It will really help. And then it comes to a point where you have the opportunity to serve a certain kind of client. And then they are looking at you as this person is just a tailor. But when they see that you communicate very well, you speak very well, you are educated, you understand the game of the business of fashion, then you become a fashion designer. Respected better than others that do not have that privilege.
Okay, as we leave on the program, what is your word of advice to youth who wants to join your industry, the fashion designing industry? What is your word of advice to them, and how do you want them to behave when they get there?
The word of advice I have to put out is that people need to understand that this fashion business, it looks crowded, but it is scanty. You know, this part of the Bible says, many are called, few are chosen. That's exactly, I think that we are talking about the tailors. So we are many here, but we are just few that know the job. So when someone wants to join this field, he needs to ask himself, why exactly am I getting into this career? Let that why be there. Let it not look like, oh, my mom wants me to get into this fashion line, or maybe I want to get into this fashion line because I want to have money, I want to buy a car like this other tailor. If you enter that mindset of competition into the business, soon the person will be frustrated and will fall out of place. Now, the next thing, the person needs to understand that it is a business that takes time to build. So you need patience. And when you have patience, you use yourself. Don't just see that you are serving the audience. You are your first customer. Make your own kind of clothes. Make the kind of designs you will want people to wear, and all of that. And understand how to manage your business, how to manage your customers, how to manage fabrics. Very important. That's one thing we even do in our business place, Dom Clothing. We learn how to, because professionalism comes with the ability to be managerial or resourceful. Let me use that word.
Okay.
Someone shouldn't give you very expensive fabrics and you're destroying it. Someone gives you a 5 yard of fabric that should make an outfit, and you're calling the person to tell him that your fabric is not enough because you've wasted a whole lot of fabrics. So you must learn how to be resourceful. You must learn how to learn from people that have gone ahead of you. I was not privileged to have direct mentors in the field of fashion, but I use the social media space to watch people that are better than me. You must be able to tell yourself the truth as a newbie in the industry, that there are people that are better than you.
All right, thank you.
Now, you can follow them up and learn from them. So essentially, these skills will help anyone that is getting into the industry.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Miracle KK, for coming on the program all the way from Lagos. He joined us via Zoom. Thank you for talking to would-be fashion designers in Nigeria and beyond. Thank you so much for coming to the program.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, that will be a safe place for us to close the program for this moment, the Profit Point Show. And when we come back next time, it will be a time for us to review another topic and have some guests who will be talking about those topics. My name is Charity James. Until next time when I come your way, I say have a profiting day for yourself.
All right. Thank you.
She was